welcome everybody this morning, full agenda, including a couple of different things that we need to add to the agenda this morning. The first one would be, we are going to, under the area of old business, we are going to announce our scholarship winners. So we will do that under old business, and then we do have an executive session scheduled this morning to discuss one possible litigation issue and salaries issue. So those would be the updates and the revisions to today's agenda. Commissioner Burkhardt, anything else that we need to do to change the agenda for today's meeting?
No.
Commissioner Walsh?
No.
Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adopt the revised edition or the revised agenda for today's meeting.
Make a motion, we accept the revised agenda for today's meeting.
Also good.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the revised agenda for today's meeting. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The minutes from the previous meeting have been posted. I did not have any questions or concerns. Commissioner Burkhardt, did you have any?
I did not.
Commissioner Walsh?
I did not.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting?
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
Also good.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the meeting minutes from the previous meeting. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. You guys are gonna find this hard to believe. I have no comments to make this morning. Gonna let you guys do all the commenting today. So I'm gonna yield to Commissioner Burkhardt. Anything that you would like to start the meeting with today?
No, sir.
Commissioner Walsh?
Well, since you're not gonna make any comments today, I suppose I'll step up and do so.
Attaboy.
So, everyone, is pretty obvious that it's dry out. The conditions are not favorable for burning, and we do have a burn ban in effect. There is some things that need to happen with that burn ban. We need to everything's been going good so far. Tom Bozeman can help explain this a little better, how this procedure's going to operate this year. Do you want to tell everybody how, for agricultural purposes?
Yeah, so actually, our fire restrictions, there's a misconception that there's people or groups of people or like agricultural farmers, ranchers and stuff that are exempt from the fire restrictions. That is not true. Under Wyoming code, no one is exempt from the fire restrictions. Understanding the fire restrictions are not a fire ban. We don't actually put fire bans into place with fire restrictions. So if you read the form that the restrictions that were signed that's on the website, it tells you that there are exemptions to when you can burn. That goes pretty much every day. But if you need to burn during the day, need an exemption to the restrictions. What the code states is you're supposed to contact the county fire warden, who then is supposed to consult with the commissioners to get you an exemption to the restrictions that are in place so that you can burn outside of the restriction hours. So far, we haven't, held hard fast on that. We've had pretty much everybody that we've talked to and put this out to has been compliant with it. And they've been making the phone calls. I've received phone calls from 7 a.m. pretty much all day, every day, 7 days a week since the fire restrictions are put in place. Everybody's properly documented on email so that we can send it out around to everybody that needs to know about it. And then what we're doing as well is referring it over to one of the steps that we're adding is referring to the local fire chief of that district that you're going to burn in, so that they're aware that it's going to be going there as well. So far, so good. Everything's been going well, and I appreciate everybody their cooperation and trying to adjust our processes to meet what actual state code says.
Thanks, Tom, for explaining that. Like I said, everything's been going good so far. We haven't had any problems, and we'd like to keep it that way. We'd be a bad year with no rain like this to see Goshen County burn up. So let's just be careful and not try to cause anything that we shouldn't be doing. So that's all I have, Chairman.
Commissioner Walsh, good work. Yeah, very good points, and I'm glad you brought it up. we know this water deal is gonna get tight enough that I know it's imperative that they have the ability to burn the ditches and do what they've gotta do, in order to increase efficiency with the water delivery. However, I just think the conditions, it is so volatile out there right now with, how fast those could get away. It's probably the amateur burners that need to be careful with it. Yeah. Cause it's not just as easy as going out and torching a ditch and let it burn until there's no more fuel for it, so. Good point, glad you brought it up, thank you, Commissioner Walsh, anything else before we roll into our departmental reports? Okay. Sheriff Iron, excuse me. Deputy, yeah, welcome,
How's everyone today?
good, how are you?
Good. Pretty short and to the point today. Just have the report tonight, assuming you guys have these as well.
Mhm.
For our profit and loss for March of 2026, we have a net income of $42,334.41. That takes our July through March of 2026 net income to $398,159.43. Normally have numbers with the jail of current populations. I do not have those today, other than to say that the IOP and DOC contract that we're currently have in place are working out very well.
Okay. Brief presentation followed by a lot of signatures.
Yes.
They call this the paper trail.
Go.
Okay, there we go. Anything else?
I have nothing unless you have any questions or concerns.
I have no questions, Commissioner Burkhardt,
No questions.
Commissioner Walsh. Right. Gotta do it. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
You bet. Thanks for coming in.
Make motion to accept the sheriff's report, the earning report, and company report.
That's like,
It's been moved and seconded to accept the county sheriff's report, including the earnings report, the commissary report. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Have a great day.
Thank you very much for your time.
Letitia is not here this morning. We are going to, as part of our conversation within our executive session, we will have a chance to visit with Letitia. So we're going to jump over the treasurer's report and go to county clerk's report.
I just have 3 mid-month vouchers for your approval. One of them is closing out a grant for the library. They needed to have that money spent and the report turned into the state, so that one is just for 115, I think. Yes. And then there's just a couple more late bills.
Tom needs to bring in his ukulele during these times.
I think just, well, even just some background, elevator type music would be soothing. Or you could do the Jeopardy theme and keep us moving along.
I like the style of these new reports.
They are easier to read. Have you seen anything on the registration for the WCCA? I need to forward that, yes. I suppose they're trying to go in. It's a 13 for 15 for the morning.
I'll tell you what, I could probably just go onto the website.
I can forward you. Jeremiah or Lindsay had sent me the registration stuff, but I'll forward it on to you. Unless you want to go.
I'll allow you,
Born in the moon. It'd be beautiful.
right? Just had to eat over the big ones.
It's true.
It's like a nice drive.
Mhm.
It's nice drive.
I think I did on my trip, yours. A little.
Yeah, not very much.
Okay. Mary, anything else?
No.
I have no questions for Mary. Commissioner Burkhardt, any questions?
I do not.
Commissioner Walsh? I would entertain a motion to accept the clerk's report.
Make a motion, set the clerk's report, and the updated warrant reports.
And second,
It's been moved and seconded to accept the clerk's report, including the updated warrant report. Those in favor say aye.
aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mary. Library report. Morning, ladies.
Morning.
How are you today?
Jen Minks from the library board. The library's been busy as always. This week is National Library Week. This year the theme is Find Your Joy. They have all sorts of things going on at the library, so stop in and check it out. Today is National Library Workers Day. So always appreciate everybody over there at the library. They work hard and do a good job, I think, of bringing activities and things to our community, and it's a great place. The summer reading program kicks off June 1st. The Name Our Bison Challenge. They had narrowed it down to 5 names: Trevor, Blaze, Bronte, Buddy, and Baxter. The votes have already been cast, and it's going to get revealed on social media soon. So keep your eyes out for what our bison has been doing. That's all I have. I will let Cheryl speak about Compass Academy.
Well, Christine had mentioned that she was going to talk about a partnership that the library has with the school district. So I was gonna piggyback on that, but I'll just add my input. So I'm Cheryl Trimble. I am the teacher at Compass Academy, which is the school district transition program for 18 to 21-year-old special education students. The students work on skills that will help them be productive citizens in our community once they age out of public education. We are blessed in our community to have many businesses and employers step up and offer high school age students work experience opportunities. Not many teams will take on a highly impacted student like I have in my program at Compass Academy. The team at the library stepped up very graciously. They are a team that has blessed us tremendously by accepting one of our students, EJ Haas. They treat him as a valuable member of their team. I just happened to be down there interviewing EJ and Christine and Bethany last week, and she told me, hey, we're gonna be talking at the county commissioner's office. Why don't you talk about the partnership that we have? So I just value that they stepped up and how they treat students that we place in their environment. They're just a tremendous team. I couldn't say enough about them. They value students and they contribute to the high school partnership, the school district partnership in valuable components. So I just wanted to say that we appreciate them very much.
I have personal knowledge of that young man. EJ was one of my former students, and so gives me a little different insight and a high level of appreciation for what you're doing. Because as you mentioned, Cheryl, that is that can be a difficult thing, and giving them that opportunity in an environment like the library, I'm sure EJ loves it, thrives there, and so that is.
And the parents have given me permission to use his name, so this is not confidential information, but Christine has stepped up and made him a task list. And so he knows when he goes in, he grabs his task list. He knows what he's supposed to do that day. He is a student that can become emotionally dysregulated easily. And all of the staff there know how to deal with him and just work with him in such a respectful way that, I mean, it's just heartwarming to walk in and see how they interact with him and how they value him as a team member there.
Well, that is a very cool partnership, and I commend both sides of it because of the benefits to kids like that. So thank you very much. Okay. Anything else?
Not much further questions.
I did. I heard Commissioner Walsh talking before the meeting that he would like to be the mascot for the Buffalo Deal summer reading program.
Hey, I'm a little upset they didn't take my name for. I want Tyler. For the Buffalo, but
Yeah.
apparently that's not appropriate.
Just doesn't have the ring to it.
Our operating system.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little PTSD.
Yeah, exactly. But appropriate. Kind of a. Yeah,
Just gotta advocate for yourself.
I know.
Ladies, anything else? Okay, thank you for the presentation. Commissioner Burkhardt, any questions?
Nope.
Commissioner Walsh,
Nope.
is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to accept the library report.
And second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the library report. Those in favor say aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, ladies. Have a great day.
You too.
Extension report. Trouble and double trouble. Where's Robo?
Left the triple one at home at the office.
Yes.
Somebody's gonna be
Somebody's
running
gonna
the
take care of
shop,
business.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
How are you ladies?
good, how are you?
I am good. It's an incredibly busy time for you guys, isn't
Yeah, as you can see by our report
it?
and the things that are on the report, all the things. So to start out with, I'm not entirely certain what is happening at the office. At the last meeting we were here, I reported that there was a trench. Still don't actually know what the trench was for.
Guess it's metering.
Maybe,
Was that what
maybe
we
the city
found?
of Torrington, maybe not the city of Torrington, unsure, I've not been notified officially, so. Don't really know, currently we have a hole. In our parking lot, because something was broken and not fixed, and the guys are out there. Trying to get to the bottom of that, so,
Is this with the water main break or is that in addition?
don't know. I got there and the guys had a hole dug and they were looking in the hole. I asked what was going on. They said we have a hole. I said, okay, what's specifically wrong with the hole? And I did not get up early enough to get in front of Kevin this morning because he says, do you see the distance between this pipe and this pipe? And I said, oh, yes. I did not get up early enough for that. So. Yeah,
Missing piece of pipe?
apparently, and some wires are broken. It's,
You were usually so complete in your reports. This is so vague.
agreed, again,
You didn't even
Just
photos.
scratch off on there.
I should have photoed, I should have had a whole presentation ready this morning on something that's not even my responsibility, but that's fine, that's fine.
Pretty much have. Yeah.
That's fine. So I'm not sure where we're at on the city of Torrington meter separation. Maybe it's separated, maybe it's not. I've not officially been notified either way, so I don't know if I do the handy dandy little equation at the end of this month or not. Stay tuned.
I would say be prepared to do it one more time, but haven't we been alerted that they're putting
From Kevin, information from speaking to him, that it appears that there's a meter installed over there.
Weird.
So
So, maybe I'll call the city of Torrington. We'll see. Anyhow. So, on to the noted report. It's been busy, not busy, extremely busy. We've had fair book meetings, we've had, I've done yard calls already on dead and dying, tree issues. Or drying tree issues, maybe as the case may be. Because this is not the first year we've been in a drought, but we have had an abnormally dry and warm and windy winter. People are noticing their trees are suffering, and so I've had quite a few of those. We have proctored an applicator, commercial applicators test. I participated in the Niobrara County Needs Assessment on April Fool's Day, which turns out was not an April Fool's, it was a real thing. And so I'll circle back around to that. I've had some Harvest Wyoming meetings. We did the first lawn and garden radio show on April 3rd. Jerry Urshbeck and I'm now the official co-host. And had Wyoming Bee College meeting, Southeast Wyoming Symposium, Beef Symposium meeting. That's where I'm gonna circle back around. So 2 years ago, we had the Southeast Wyoming Beef Symposium here in Torrington. We brought that back out of the archives. And the group got together this year and decided that because it is the Southeast Wyoming Beef Symposium, that we were gonna move it around the Southeast region. So this year we're holding it in Lusk on November 17th. And so I was invited to the Niobrara County Needs Assessment so we could put a face to a name. The educator out of Converse County also came across, he's also on the team for that. So that was pretty. It was a good meet and greet and get a feel for the community, and we're working with the extension educator out there also. Had some superintendent meetings and.
I didn't know that thing rang.
It turns out you don't get fired for that. Had another lawn and garden show, we had a youth show committee meeting. We've had an all-state transition meeting for extension. Dr. Mandy Marnie Friday is her last day with extension. She is going to Southern Dakota State University. and so we wish her luck on her transition, and so Dr. Derek Skasson is gonna be the interim director of extension until one can be found and replace Dr. Horny. Had a rangeland remediation meeting yesterday, and then this weekend we are having the Harvest Wyoming Conference in Cody. And I will be doing a presentation on IPM. Right, you want me to tell you what IPM is?
Exactly, that'd be awesome.
Integrated pest management,
Gotcha.
specifically for small acreage. This one is specifically for small acreage and enclosed growing spaces, i.e. hoop houses, high tunnels, that type of thing. Now Shelby can tell you all the things she's doing.
On the 4-H side, there's been a lot. I started March off with an in-person quality training. That was something I heard a lot of last year, was if we could host trainings in person rather than online. So I have another one coming up in May. My programming, try to apply it. We hit cake decorating and photography in March. I took a couple judging kids to Riverton for a contest. Poultry has been busy. I've partnered with EWC show team / judging team to put on the 4 main species showmanship clinic. So in March we did beef. We just wrapped up on Saturday with swine, and then between there we did sheep and goats. And there was kids from all sorts all over Wyoming that came, so that was kind of cool to meet families other than just Goshen County. There was a judging contest in Casper. CAP program has been meeting. Sabina and I did a fair entry training together so we can start getting the fair book online for that. I attended the all hands meeting, which is just a 4-H educators meeting that happens once a month so we can get filled in from the state down. I attended a shooting sports meetings. They've been actively shooting on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. The Kiwanis scholarship was due. All the scholarships for Goshen County mainly were due in April. I've also partnered with Platte and Crick County to host a Zoom informational clinic for rabbits and poultry. We've had over 100 people register for that, so it's been kind of cool also to meet people across the state in that project. Last Friday, state wool judging, and Saturday was state meat judging. We had some success. We have a young team. We have junior and intermediates right now, so we had some success with the littler kids. And then, on Sunday was our pancake supper. So I want to thank the community for coming out and supporting the kids. And it's amazing what the clubs do to get this fundraiser put on. And then lastly, it is National Volunteers Week, and I'm a firm believer that the 4-H program wouldn't be a thing without my volunteers. So I appreciate them. So we're at.
Yeah, and the volunteers certainly make the whole deal happen, don't they? Back on your personnel thing with Dr. Marnie. What did I see? Kelly Crane's got a new position at the university as well, isn't it?
No, he was one of 2 finalists
Oh, yes, for the
president
Yes.
of the university, and the board chose the other candidate, which I can't tell you what his name is right now, but he's a brigadier general out of West Point. That's what I can tell you. So yeah, it'll be an exciting new chapter.
game is good, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Keep telling ourselves that. Okay. Everything working out? Sabina's getting along good? Good. Okay.
Moving right along.
Good. Okay, I jotted in my notes to make sure that we check with Kevin and update with the city what's going on with the meters, so hopefully we can clean that up. The situation with the lighting out there. I'm just not sure that there's any way that we're gonna avoid putting that out for bid and trying to have it done by private contract. I think that with the lack of availability of help from the maintenance department, don't think we need you 2 on ladders out there trying to put lights out.
Nobody needs that.
No, no.
I would venture to say that that is probably the best way to go.
Mhm,
Not putting us on ladders, putting it out for us.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commissioners, anything to add to that?
No, I agree.
So, we will continue to move forward with trying to pursue somebody that could give us a bid on that.
Perfect.
So, okay, anything else, ladies?
Not today.
Thank you for your time and for what you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Commissioners, anything?
I was gonna ask, how many did you expect turned out on the pancake supper?
Well, I got kind a rough number from like the door entrance, but I didn't get a number from curbside yet. Rough numbers coming in was over 1,000.
Over it? It seemed like all of Goshen County was there.
Yeah, and people came earlier is what, cause this is my like first time doing it in this position, that people came earlier at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it was steady right into like 6:30, and then it just like died off.
Just so you're aware, Sabina, being new to the county, thought, oh, this is one of those things that people buy tickets but don't actually attend. And then she got there, her husband tried to say, no. This is the community supports this.
Yeah.
Right up until the point she got there and went, oh, you were correct.
All of the people were there,
All the people.
Yeah.
which was nice. It was a really cool event, and works out good. Glad everybody shows up and supports that. It's really neat, so.
It's been going on for a long time. That's a long running tradition there.
When you ask, like, has it always been pancake supper? They say, well, no, it's been like ham and pancakes. So yes, it's been pancake supper.
Alternate protein.
I did not
What else?
realize until this, that people put applesauce on their pancakes. I had never seen that before.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, going, really? People put applesauce on pancakes? Must be a thing, because there's a lot of people do it. So I learned something new with that deal. Don't know if I'm gonna try it, but.
And then syrup or just apples?
Just applesauce.
Okay.
That was it. No butter, nothing, just applesauce. It was interesting.
It's very healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Commissioner Burkhardt, Commissioner Walsh has really come out of his shell this.
Yeah,
time.
that's
We have.
I'm the quiet one today.
Exactly.
We have no opening comments. He makes the opening comments and then here we go.
Any chairs?
Nope. It's not gonna-
Okay, ladies, thank you very much. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to accept the UW Tips report.
Answer?
Been moved and seconded to accept the UW extension report. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, ladies. Have a great day. Pray for rain.
Yes.
Good morning, staff. Our report. So sorry I missed your meeting the other night. Things come up. I'll tell you the story someday.
I understand.
Thank you.
I apologize, you did not receive these digitally. I'm currently, or I have been unable to email reports through QuickBooks. I'm also unable to scan an email, so I feel like the department head that the kid always ate, or my dog always ate the homework deal. Every time I come in, I have a reason why you didn't get your digital report. But I assure you, Michael is working on that. We're meeting this afternoon, so hopefully we can get that resolved so I can get back in action. So we're studying the month of March. Page 1, I'll just go through it quickly, but the reports are pretty self-explanatory. Page 1 is the balance sheet at the end of March. As you can see, all of the accounts are in good standing. Number 1, you'll see clarification on page 1A for that. It's probably an appropriate title, etc. for that entry. I'm still waiting for Andrew to clarify if it really needs to show on the balance sheet or if it needs to be reported differently. So, Moving on to page 2, this is the current as of yesterday, AR summary. And page 2A explains what those are, and they're either marketing sponsorship renewals. We had a couple of new ones that haven't paid yet, and the procedure for that is I don't invoice them, they don't pay for their sign until the sign is actually posted. So some of those are in the works. When we get those in the mail, we put those up. Then they're invoiced after they approve, etc. And the others, of course, are facility rental. Page 2A is a detailed report explaining those. Page 3 would be March's accounts payable. Nothing out of the ordinary except for Dream Design and Develop. This year we tried to integrate a new rental website for the RV camp spaces. And since the fair camp spaces spring into action, that opening date is April 1st. We worked really hard to get that, or Brandy worked very hard to get that integrated. We say that it opens on April 1st, and by April 1st, I mean 12:01 a.m. And by 12:24, all of the spaces were reserved, and to our knowledge, no glitches within the new system. So we hope at some point to integrate all of the hourly rental for the pavilion into this other program. It's Firefly. It's a neat program. It's pretty user friendly. It's very user friendly. The backside is a little more detailed, but that's what Brandy's for. So we'll get her going on with the next step with that. And then page 3A then would be, I didn't receive her invoice in time to get it out by April 10th, but it went out shortly after. So page 3B is a report of April 15th. You can see that all of the accounts payable are complete. Page 4 would be the monthly P&L. And March Madness is typically always pretty good to us. We end the month of March with a net income of over 15,000. So that's always a plus. Page 5 is just how that looks year-to-date comparison. And year-to-date, the fairgrounds net income is close to 40,000. So we're going into the final quarter of the fiscal year pretty solid, which is good news. Page 6 and 6A are just detailed reports of the this year, last year comparisons. This year, our facility this year's March facility income rental was higher. There is a decrease in our county transfer. So we were just a smidge under less than $300 less in income this year than last year. However, our expenses were a little bit different. So some of our expenses were higher last year due to I purchased the Arena Champion belt buckles, which is around $3,000. That's part of the sponsorship incorporated in the Wagon Wheel Club in the pavilion. And then our LGLP payment I made early last year. So that's the only difference. But our net income is higher this year. Page number 7 would be our budget to actual. And like I said, our net income where we stand now is 48,000 for the fairgrounds side. So that's great. And then the last page, page number 8, is again our balance sheet as of yesterday. And again, all of our accounts are in good standing. I would entertain any questions regarding the financial report.
I have none. Commissioner Burkhardt, do you have any?
I do not.
Commissioner Walsh?
Mr. Chairman. If I may, I'm just curious, Stephanie, I just don't know. Involved. Does your budget have any kind of sinking fund component to it, to talk about future rebuilding of components as they actually age out?
We do have a reserve fund. Currently there's only $40,000 in it, but yes. That is what we would consider our sinking fund.
Right, like,
Can't sink very far, but
No,
yeah.
but it's to start.
Okay, one thing that I do want to mention, there is an event going on out at the fairgrounds this weekend. And I know that it's one that's near and dear to Stephanie's heart. The National Circuit Final Steer Roping, brings, ropers from 7 different, circuits around the country. A total of 35 different ropers, I think, will be there over the weekend. You know, for when we talk about trying to bring in that quality of competitions into Goshen County and you know, the ability to use that facility to host such an event, I would encourage people to go out and watch it. These guys really are the best of the best, and it is what they call basically their national finals of the circuit system. So not the national finals per se, but it is the culminating event for that circuit system that they have within the PRCA. So the deal starts on Friday night. There's actually a Ropers Rendezvous or something out at the country club that they'll get together out there. They conduct a Calcutta for all of the ropers, and then the roping actually starts on Saturday at 1 o'clock, I think. First 4 go rounds are Saturday, and then they do 2 more on Sunday morning, followed by a round of 8 and then a round of 4 to determine the champion. So really a neat deal. And if you want to watch truly a national level competition, stop out there and watch that deal this weekend.
I would add to that by saying we have a locally Goshen County contender, Seth Schaefer, will be representing the state of Texas, but he's a native of Goshen County and a hand and a gem of a young man he is. So his support would be, or supporting him would be awesome.
Yeah. What year did that start? You guys started,
2010.
so 16 years of it, 16th year. Yeah.
We made history.
Yeah. It's interesting to talk to the ropers that come to it, because they will tell you that it is one of their top 2 or 3 events. The national finals in Mulvane, Kansas, this one here. And it is due in large part to the attempts that have been made to welcome them and make them feel like a priority here in Goshen County. And so it's always been kind of a fun deal.
They love the facility, they love the community and the support they receive when they get here, and it's been great for them.
Several local businesses donate different things to them to, you know, to kind of incentivize that or to make it a bigger deal for them. So yeah, it's really a neat deal. And Stephanie was one of the original founders of that committee that brought it here. So yeah, it's grown into quite the event. Stephanie, thank you for the report. As always, I always appreciate the detailed outline of everything going on out there with your financials and everything. Anything else?
No, just reporting that my bond is current, so I'll give a copy of that to the treasurer's office when I leave here today.
Okay. Any big maintenance projects or anything going on out there for the summer, or?
Our list shuffles on a daily, weekly basis. We are still in the process of finishing the front of the business office and get that aesthetically inviting to the public. So we're working on that project. We hope to start in front of the west entrance of the Rendezvous Center. We're going to start at the entrance and move our way west with the same material that we put in the RV, in the full hookup RV spaces. So with the help of Road and Bridge, we will make sure we get our water, make sure it's graded properly. We have to remove material before we can do that, so we'll just do a section at a time. And so that's a project. We do have some water and sewer issues in some of the food shacks that those need to be addressed, so we'll be working on those. We have some trees that we lost that will need to be removed before they become an issue. Weeds, of course. And the list goes on and on.
It's amazing how the weeds will still grow, that we have moisture.
Not sure they ever died.
Yeah.
It seems like we hold weeds all winter.
Never got cold then.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's where we're at, maintenance wise, and Leno is installing some lights on behalf of, well, for the 4-H council and the 4-H building, but they go on the pig barn, the swine barn, so they can shine toward the 4-H building. So they purchased the lights, he'll get those up, and he also works well with Mark and Kevin, so if he's ever able to help with lighting or whatever, I think Kevin knows he can call him, so. I have appreciated all of the departmental support we get. We can't function without that, so I hope we can help other departments with that as well.
okay.
Mr. Chairman. But I just wanted to say, we all in this room know it, but the fairgrounds is truly a gem of Goshen County. And it's my hope to just have the people in this room think about and talk about with others interested how the fairgrounds itself and the county on behalf of the fairgrounds could better take advantage of that fabulous PR that I think is kind of being, we're just too modest. One, and two, the reason that kind of springs to mind for me is I've got an 11 and 12-year-old who just love going to rodeos, and so they're always having me look up when rodeos are, and we try to schedule our events so we can attend all the rodeo events and so on. And honestly, it's kind of hard to find great calendaring information on that, and it seems to me that kind of PR and calendaring could be a mix, and having ongoing series of pictures of each event afterward that would survive on a Facebook page or whatever. And kind of, I don't see that there are any ongoing descriptions of the history of how fabulous events like the steer wrestling that you just described, that Stephanie was instrumental in helping with, were brought to this county, and how cool this facility is compared to other counties, especially of similar size or even bigger. And then just getting down to the nitty gritty, the specifics for me are, my kids say, what time can we go? And I say, well, the slack times are blah, blah, blah. And I think the vendors will be there, and, to sell my kids a hot dog. And those times vary, and they're not necessarily updated ever. So you show up and there'll be a sign on the door saying slack times have been changed. And it just seems to me that it would be very helpful to have someone kind of on an ongoing basis, kind of be in charge more of the PR end of things, just to help the county take advantage of that. I think it's huge for this little county. People just do not understand how fabulous our facilities are and how many big, important events that we have here.
Okay, good points. And I think we're all so tied to our cell phones, and you want to look it up, you want to be able to find it right away, update those schedules, different things like that. So yeah, I think having.
May I comment?
Yes.
I agree with you 100%, Eric. However, I'm not the event producer, and it is very difficult to get the event producers to share that information with me so we can do something else with it. We're the logistics side, and so I don't always get that information. So maybe we need to incorporate something else into our contracts or something that I don't know if it's mandatory per se, but you know, if you want me to help the community support you, I need the following information, and then we can certainly get it where it needs to go, but I meet a lot of resistance there.
Interesting. That makes perfect sense, and I didn't mean to make you think I was pointing the finger at you, Stephanie.
Oh, you weren't?
That bothers
Okay.
me.
Clarify.
Just
No, I understand completely.
You know, you.
It's
you
an
obviously
ongoing
run
battle.
under the radar here, and you've got an important, interesting gig that you should get credit for, and whether that's done by you or someone else is, you know, really, it reminded me this morning, looking at the pictures on this wall. We just don't have that kind of history at the fairgrounds of what kind of events we've had and all the fabulous luminaries that have appeared at various events, and you know, kind of a historical context for that. And maybe that's something EWC could be involved in. You know, and it's interesting to me that EWC now has its own fancy EWC alumni event at the rodeos, and they've kind of really stepped up the social scene at the rodeos, in my opinion, by having that. And you know, maybe that's something they could help the county work on.
I think that that partnership is something that we could continue to build on, and so those conversations are always enlightening, I think, and it's good to have them in an attempt to continue to move forward. Something to possibly bring up, I think Dr. Haas is going to be on the agenda for the May 5th meeting. So I think, you know, again, an opportunity to continue to maybe visit about those kinds of things.
I had a fantastic meeting, not been around with Dr. Haas regarding their event that they want to host here next year, so.
You can blame it on me in part two. I'm on the EWC PR committee nowadays, so I'll bring that up with them myself too.
Okay. Very good. All right. Anything else? Okay, Commissioner Burkhardt, questions? No. Commissioner Walsh?
I'll make a motion to accept the fair report.
And second, it's been moved and seconded to accept the fair report. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Steph.
Thank you.
That is the last of our departmental reports. Do we need to take a short break or just keep it? Okay, we're gonna roll right into our old business, and we have the pleasure this morning of introducing 3 scholarship winners, Goshen County students that applied for and have been granted $500 per semester scholarships if they attend a school in Wyoming. Has to be either the university or one of the community colleges in Wyoming. But we would like to congratulate Brady Cook, Jordan Speckner, and Skylar Wonder. All 3 of those students will receive scholarships. They were applicants that we screened through and had the pleasure of looking at their applications. And so congratulations to them. And then we have on the next level of that, we offer 1 scholarship as a renewal from the winners from a year ago. One of those students can come back and apply for a scholarship to continue their education. And so Kylie Llewellyn was the winner of the renewal scholarship. So congratulations to all of them for receiving the scholarships, and a thank you to them for taking the time to fill out the applications for us. Leanne Mattis is here. We're going to roll into new business, and first under new business is discussion in regards to the Go Goshen Summer Concert Series. Good morning, Leanne.
Good morning, commissioners. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate you having me. I am here once again to request approval for the use of the courthouse lawn again this year for the 2026 Summer Concert Series put on by the Torrington Main Street crew under Go Goshen. So this is a returning community event designed to provide free, family-friendly entertainment while encouraging downtown activity and supporting local businesses. So the dates that we have requested this year are Thursday, May 21st, Wednesday, June 17th, and Wednesday, August 5th. For the record, we'll also be hosting a concert outside of the courthouse lawn. It'll actually be held in Lingle in their band shell on Tuesday, July 7th. Yeah, just, little information, setup time usually begins around 3 p.m. We just block off, actually the city blocks off the intersection at East A and East 21st. And so while this initial closure kind of like blocks through traffic, it doesn't necessarily block the entire block, so to speak. So, parking would still be available here at the courthouse until our further closure, our extended closure happens around 5:30 p.m. The courthouse is closed by then, and a lot of our other surrounding businesses as well. So we really just try to cut down on affecting any business that happens prior to those closures. So, of course, we always ensure that clear signage is in place to coordinate, the traffic situation, and we've got lots of great volunteers that help with that as well. But yeah, we really appreciate the use of the courthouse lawn. We always ensure that we go over and make sure the lawn is picked up and trash is where it's supposed to be. And thank you for your consideration. And I can certainly provide any other information if you have any questions.
Those 3 dates you listed,
Yes.
Aaron, those are the 3 days we're gonna get rain. Only those days.
That actually, that's too.
Should I schedule some more? I don't know.
Exactly. We can have more every day.
So true. So true.
No, I don't have a problem with it. I think we've got good feedback from.
Yeah, it's going over well so far.
Yep.
And we talked to Kevin about it. I mean, he's obviously taking care of the situation here for us, so. He said that, everything's been fine so far with this happen, and he hadn't had any problems. After an event, everything taken care of, picked up well and stuff, so.
I've got amazing volunteers for this event, so hats off to them for sure. Yeah.
With our county attorney in the room, I was remiss if I didn't ask the question, so liability. Is that something that Go Goshen provides their own?
Correct, yes, yeah. We have insurance policies set in place for any of our events or, things that we've done. Good question.
Somebody trips and falls on the sidewalk, it's covered.
I can certainly look into that for sure, but as far as I know, that is something maybe Mr. Burkhart knows specifics on that. He's on the Go Goshen board. But yeah, I can certainly find out for sure and get back to you on that.
Okay.
But I would imagine so. Luckily, nothing like that has come up yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hope it never does.
Right, exactly.
That is a good question, and ideally, Go Goshen's insurance person could chat with Mary, and Mary could double check with our insurance person. And just for event by event specifics, at least, make sure that the Goshen County is considered an additional named insured for purposes of that coverage.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
If you wouldn't mind, that would be my only concern. I
Absolutely.
would like to make sure we knew exactly where that was, but
Sure.
I think it's been a very positive thing, great response to it, and something we look forward to continuing with too. So, yeah. I would guess we should entertain a motion to continue that partnership and that relationship.
I make a motion, we approve the Go Goshen Summer Concert Series.
I'll second that.
Okay. It has been moved and seconded to approve the partnership and work with Go Goshen on their summer concert series, as we have in the past, pending the review of an insurance update on that.
Absolutely.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
May 21st, the first one.
Correct.
Okay. I think that's is this the first time that you will have gone out to Lingle to use that facility out there?
No, actually, this will be, I believe, our third year.
Oh.
With one out in Lincoln, and you know, I think it's such a nice facility. And they typically open the pool for free swimming for kiddos and.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I will mention that May 21st date is actually being held in conjunction with the aerobatics competition that's coming into town that weekend. So, and I don't have a lineup yet. I'm waiting to hear back from my agent, if you will, my music manager. So hoping to get that in the next few days and get everybody a lineup for all of the concerts. But yeah, that first one will be hopefully a big one with a lot of folks from out of town coming in. So.
And any plans to do anything with the big quincentennial celebration or?
Not necessarily. I will say that there are events happening in Fort Laramie for that. July 7th is going to be the concert date in Lingle. So I think that's kind of happening around that time. So
yeah,
we kind of coordinate that.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Thank you very much. Wyoming Child and Family Development.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Whitney Flores, and this is my first time coming and talking to you guys about this, so bear with me. I'm an early childhood special educator and early intervention therapist, and so they have asked me to come and talk to you guys about thanking you first of all for your previous years of ongoing funding that you have helped us meet our match that we're required to meet. So WCFD, for those that you don't know, I'm sure that all of you do, but just in case you don't, we provide developmental disability services to children birth through age 5 in Goshen County and Platte County and Niobrara County and Converse County as well. And so as a special educator, I cover all of our communities in Goshen County, and then I also travel to Chugwater to provide services to kiddos over in the preschool that they have over there. But in our community, we provide free developmental screenings to children birth through 5 so that we can, detect early possibilities of disabilities and delays for kiddos and help their families navigate those things like that. And so I'm here to just ask that we would continue to provide your guys' $1,500 match that you guys have given us in order to help continue to provide those services for the children in our county. Did each of you get report?
I don't believe I've seen.
Let me get them to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll let you glance at that for a minute, and then if you have any questions, more than happy to answer.
Okay.
there is one thing that I forgot they wanted me to mention. This past year, we did open a new classroom at TLC. We named it our Little Explorers Group. We identified a need in the community to where that classroom is specifically geared towards children who are very young, 3, have just turned 3. And then for children who don't necessarily meet the Head Start and Early Head Start requirements that we have. It would provide children in the community an opportunity to still receive those services in that preschool environment without having to meet Head Start eligibility. And so that's a new program that we opened up this year.
Very cool. Okay. Commissioner Burkhardt, any questions?
No, I think it's $1,500 well spent. I have no problem.
Okay. Commissioner Walsh?
I agree. Yeah, we've done this in the past and it seems like it's a good cause to look forth, so. I agree.
Would either of you be brave enough to put that on the?
Well, I would make a motion that we continue to contribute our $1,500 contribution to the Wyoming Children and Family Development.
I would second.
Perfect. It has been moved and seconded that we continue our $1,500 commitment to the Wyoming Child and Family Development for operations. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate you coming.
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Okay, according to my agenda, that is the last of the new business. Is there any public comment that needs to come before the meeting at this time? Any unfinished business that we need to discuss at this time? As mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, we do have an executive session scheduled at this time for the discussion of possible litigation along with salaries discussion. So I would remind everybody that the next meeting will be held same time, same place at on May 5th. Our first regular monthly meeting for the month of May. So I would now entertain a motion that we move this meeting into executive session.
I'll make a motion that we move into executive session.
That's second.
It's been moved and seconded that we move into executive session. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries and this meeting is now in executive session.
See you later.
See ya.
Have a good day.
Did you have any leftover pancakes? You brought some to the
Amy, did you see if those guys can get to the bottom of that hole?
Yeah, get to the bottom of this.
I didn't get up enough to get in front of Kevin.
Back in regular session. Is there any other business that needs to come before this meeting of the Goshen County Commissioners? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting of the Goshen County Commissioners. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your time.